Welcome in, everyone, to the Fly for Fun show. Today is December 8th, 2021. It is our 49th show of the year, Captain. We want to welcome in a special guest tonight. Of course, Vic is in a little bit of traffic. He will be joining us in a little bit. Vic Moss, who is COO and Vice President of the Drone Service Providers Alliance, and we'll find out about that whole thing that Vic does, and Vic is very knowledgeable in FAA stuff. So yeah, guys, be thinking of any questions you might want to ask, and you can put them in the chat. And I got a couple questions wrote down already for Vic, and so yeah, we'll do that. We'll give away, of course, some Fly for Fun stickers tonight, and I think I got an Angela Lost Girl Hike sticker, and I know Ray's got some other stickers. We'll do that about halfway through. We're not doing a part 107 for the month of December. We're doing actually some Christmas trivia questions.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
And we're giving away Adventures with CaptainRay Kelly hat this month. What else? Let's see. Number 3 here. We got our December 29th show. Just keep it. It's coming up. That's going to be our anniversary 1 year show. And we got some prizes. We're going to be giving away some stuff. I think Greg is giving away Pilot Institute.
That's nice of Greg.
Yeah, of course. And we got some T-shirts and caps. Caps. So we'll probably have 5 or 6 prizes that night. So that's coming up, and we're going to just invite a bunch of people on for a few minutes and kind of thank them personally. If they want to tell us, tell us about our show. Hey, we'll take all comments and take all criticisms or whatever you want to tell us. So that'll be a fun night. The Fly for Fun group page, go out there and post your stuff if you got pictures or you got drone videos. And, of course, the drone show guide, I got it right here, and I'll send you a copy. And we got some changes to make. Of course, it's ever changing. And, I'll make some changes here in a couple of weeks and get that out new again. I do want to say the drone of the year, Ron Brown with Drone Nation put up a poll, and we did put the exact same poll. So we're going to kind of compare numbers. So go to our Facebook page, or Ron's Drone Nation Facebook, the Fly for Fun page also, and you can vote there. And what we'll do is tally up, and of course, Ray, the Air 2S is, I know that's pretty popular right now, and it looks like it's running away. But hey, you know what? Let's let Christmas come, and we're maybe there'll be some more votes in there. What else, Ray? Ray, I know you've been flying that Mavic Air 3, and you got a battery in today, and I know you got it right there.
Yeah, okay? I got it right here. I got the new battery today, so that's in there.
Yeah,
and I'm enjoying it. I really am. I got up yesterday at sunrise. I got up this morning at sunrise, and I can't say enough good things about this drone.
Yeah.
And I've taken it way out in the ocean already.
Yeah, cool. And I do want to wish we got a couple of birthdays. Lawrence Clark, Lawrence Novice Choir's got a birthday tomorrow. And
happy birthday, Lawrence.
I want to wish Lawrence happy birthday. Ronnie Bell has a birthday, I think, on December the 11th. And DeMarco Moore's twins turned 5 I think it was Sunday.
Happy birthday, twins.
Wish them. And then I do want to, Jake Spulis, he had a brother-in-law who tragically died in an accident. So hey,
so sorry, Jake.
Keep him in your prayers. And that's a tough. I think it. I don't know the details, but I did see Jake post something, and he is a big supporter of a lot of channels. So hey, keep him. And I know it's early, but CaptainRay and I, we do Christmas, but we do want to thank you for spending time with us. It's the holiday season, and a lot of family and stuff gets together. So hey, we appreciate y'all joining in.
Yep.
All right, Captain, it's all yours.
I'll tell you, no, it's one of those things where I can't say enough good things about this drone. I'm still getting used to it. I've been taking it out over the ocean, quite a ways. And it really handles good for me. The zoom, I got to talk about the zoom, because the zoom is amazing. I mean, you zoom in, and next thing you know, it's 28 times zoom. It's amazing. It really is. Cool. But anyway, I'm sorry that certain people are having issues with it. I guess it's inevitable.
Yeah,
but I think the updates in January are going to correct a lot of the issues that certain people are having.
Yeah, and I know Mark was, I think Mark had a problem, and personally, I think that I think he's got a bad unit. And that's just my personal, I mean, because what it was doing is not, just a little camera tilt or something like that. So it's totally different. But I think they all taking care of it for him. So, and Ray, if
Yeah.
you want to, we got a bunch of people in
Oh
the
man,
chat.
look
If
at
you
the
like to,
people. I mean, it's amazing. Look at this, But Troy, how you doing, Troy? Good to see you, Big Water. TJ, hi, how you doing? Rob, good to see you. Um, and then I'm going up the list. Mac Bagwell, Leonard, JSK, how you doing? Barry, how you doing? Michael, Fly Zone, good to see you. Um, Going up the list. I know I saw DeMarco. How you doing,
yeah,
DeMarco?
DeMarco's in here. I say
And
that.
Patrick Sutton. Good to see you, sir. Um, and going up the list, John Bonifant. Good to see you all the way from Rhode Island. And Scotty, Jackrabbit. Good to see you. There's DeMarco. How you doing, buddy? Genesee. Good to see you. Maddie, how you doing, buddy? Artco, all the way from Colorado. And Joe Blaylock. Hey, how you doing? Ken Hofbauer. TJ, did I say TJ already? Yeah.
TJ, yeah, I see Bill
Uh-huh.
Thomas is in here. Yeah.
Hey, Bill, coast to coast. Good to see you. Alan, all the way from Ireland. And Jim Beauchard, all the way from Canada. Jose Mendez, how you doing? Man, I'm telling you, we got a great crowd in the house, Johnny. We'll get back to the names as they come in. And, we appreciate you guys watching, tuning in on a Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And we got a great guest scheduled tonight.
Yeah,
And
Vic
I've heard
actually,
so much about him. And,
yeah.
and Johnny, he scheduled this guest, so we got to give Johnny all the credit for this one.
Yeah, I've seen Vic on. I think actually Vic is going to be. I think he's on Ken Herron Thursday. But he's very knowledgeable in the field, and a lot of people. There's a lot going on, of course, with the FAA and not only remote ID and got the trust. So yeah, it'll be. Vic was kind enough. I know he's busy, and he did just pop in. I'm gonna bring him in, and because he said he could stay on 30, 45 minutes, and I don't want to take up as much as. But we do have, I think, some tough questions that not tough, but I got a couple questions for Vic, and I've seen Vic on before, so Vic. Hey, Vic.
Hey,
howdy.
Welcome, Vic.
I saw you scarfing down something else. I don't want.
That's okay. I literally just walked in the office about.
I know that's what I told Ray, and I know you got a long day, and I really do appreciate you.
That's cool. That's cool. No, I appreciate the invite. Yeah, a little worried when you said you have some tough questions, but hey,
No. Vic, tell us. I mean, was this group, and maybe I know it's the Drone Service Providers Alliance, but was it something else before this, or no? Okay.
Nope. It started from scratch. Kenji Sugahara reached out to me and said, hey, would you be interested in doing this on an official basis? It's like, sure, why not? So we did. And we brought Scott Stoffman in earlier this year. So it's been a great addition to what all three of us do. And we have a great board that works with us as well.
Yeah, guys, and you can go out and actually, let's see. I think I can, Vic, if you want to, let me just see if I can share this screen because I had pulled up the.
It's a real tough question, Vic. But we, when I say we, I mean me and the people in the chat. We would like to know what your group is all about.
Sure. Well, we're like I said, we're Kenji reached out to me, I think in January of 2020.
And I'm looking at, I have his thing
I
up
see
right
that.
there.
That's cool. Yep, there I am. And Kenji and Scott in our board. But Kenji and I kind of been working behind the scenes, and others too, not just the two of us.
Right.
About having the small and medium size drone service provider, their voice is not heard. Their voice didn't exist, at least not in mass. The big boys and the big girls have their big toys and their big money, and they've been able to get in front of Congress. They've been able to get in front of the president. They've been able to get in front of local people. We're doing a lot of stuff locally, which is awesome. Good. We really enjoy that as well. And so we thought, okay, there have been other people who've tried it before. Serpa was one, a couple others. but I don't think the timing was right. I think remote ID was kind of the catalyst that said, hey, you know what? There was 57,000, 57, 53, 57, whichever one, a lot, 53,000.
Yeah,
Let's go with that.
right.
Comments about the NPRM. So that was kind of that first impetus. Like, you know what? We can be a group and we can have one voice. Now, that one voice may not always agree, which is why it's kind of fun. But we can get that voice and we can get those concerns in front of the people who need to hear it, how things are going to affect, whether it's NDAA, whether it's local regulations, how they're going to affect not only the commercial folks, which is really who we gear towards, but we're also all hobbyists. So it's commercial drone is drone service providers is who our target is and who our members are. But we also look at the hobby side of things, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. We've had some successes, so that's been kind of nice.
Vic, I know it. Okay. I did kind of. Honestly, I forgot about that poll or the comments. But when we submitted those, and this may be did they take any of that? I mean, or did they just throw it all out and do what they wanted?
Oh, no. They by law have to listen to them,
right,
or read them, and they definitely did. I mean, look at the fact that network remote ID didn't happen. Look, the fact that crudsicle, what was the other one? There were two big things that didn't happen. One was the networked remote ID part, which they still say it might, but the technology's not there. They knew that it's going to be a hassle for a lot of the people who actually do this for a living instead of sit around a table and talk about doing it for a living. And they did listen. And if you read the entire, whatever it was, 300 some odd page report, which I did, right. There are plenty of times where, yeah, you know what, this is what we really wanted, but this is what we heard, so this is what we did. Well, so there are episodes of that in the final report. So,
right. Yeah, one question I did have was somebody asked. I mean, and this we may be jumping, but I don't want to. The race day quad lawsuit. I mean, can you say anything about that, or how do you feel about it?
We're not part of it. And it's such a hot topic right now that we as a group of DSBA decided we're just going to be hands off. We don't. We think both sides have legitimate reasons. Legitimate arguments. And I honestly don't want to try and predict what a federal court's going to do.
Right.
No, that's a good way to get shot in the foot. I mean, we have allies on both sides. I know Jonathan Rupert real well. I know the folks in the FAA obviously real well. So we've just kind of decided to take a hands-off cooperative approach when it comes to things like that. We feel that way. And we talked to them about it. We talked to RDQ about it when they reached out to us and said, hey, you know what? We're going to try this approach. You guys do that approach. And they're like, perfect. Awesome. Let's do that. So, yep.
Okay. Well, it sounds very interesting. No, it sounds very interesting.
But Vic, what do you think the number, I mean, is remote ID the biggest thing that we'll be facing as drone pilots or hobbyists or I mean, as far, I mean, and if you follow the rules, I don't really think, you'll have a problem with it. But I mean, what would be the best case scenario and what would be the worst case scenario with remote ID?
With just remote ID?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario. Okay. Let's do it this way. The worst part of remote ID and the part that I do not like, and will cause an issue with compliance,
right,
is the necessity of having our location.
Right,
pilot location available to the general public.
I think exactly
what I said.
Should have
exact location. Right? They were saying.
I promote. Let me try that again in English. I've been going since 5 o'clock this morning. Sorry. I am very pro remote ID. I think it's awesome. I think it's going to open up the skies for us. We're going to be able to fly where we wouldn't be able to fly since people will know who we are.
Okay.
But it's got to be compliant. There's got to be a good compliant. And I think that one single aspect of having either in standard where you do know where the pilot is, or if you do the module aspect where you took off from, I think that's going to be huge. I think you're going to see, I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong.
Well, that was my one comment. When they were taking comments, that's exactly what I said. Law enforcement is fine. FAA is fine. General public, no way.
Is not. And my fear is that someone's going to hurt or worst case scenario die. And it might not necessarily be a drone pilot, because I already know, I'm sure you guys know as well, there are drone pilots out there that either open or conceal carry when they're flying because of the fear of things like that happening. I carry bear gel. I'm in Colorado, so I'm allowed to, it's legal for me to carry bear gel. So I don't carry it all the time. If I'm on a construction site or something like that, I don't really carry it. If I'm flying downtown, it depends on how I feel. If I'm out near Coors Field, which I do fly quite often, I usually have it in my back pocket because we have a little bit of a homeless issue downtown Denver. So,
okay.
yeah, I don't feel unsafe, but I feel a little more safe if I've got a little bit of, and I don't carry the spray. I carry the gel. Hey, Art's here.
So I carry a big stick myself.
I have it. I usually have a VO as well. So that helps. That helps a lot.
So Vic, give us a little personal background. You're from where are you located at?
I'm in Denver.
Okay.
I live in Denver, Colorado.
And you're a professional photographer, though, right?
Professional photographer, videographer. More videography has been more like the last 6 or 7 years, though, since drones came in. I've owned my own business here since 1988. So I'm part of the Old Farts group, like you guys are. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Old Farts with drones. I'm still waiting for my hats. But when drones came out in 2014, I went to a client and said, hey, what do you think? Let me buy one, and you guys let me try it on your projects. They had some guy they were paying $250 to fly his 172 1,000 feet above their projects and do pictures. It's like, I can do better. I can get closer. I can get you better imagery. Sure. I can get you more imagery. Mm-hmm. And she said, yeah, that's great. Let's see what we can do. And so I bought one, tried it out, loved it, and I've been shooting for them specifically ever since. But also obviously with a ton of other stuff.
What drones do you primarily shoot with?
I've got right now, I still have my Mavic 2 Pro, but I have two of the Mavic 3s that I fly now. And it's no secret, I don't like the Fly app. DJI is very familiar with my feelings about the Fly app. And it flies a little squirrely, but it's getting better. I'm looking forward to the updates. But yeah, for my Mavic 3, the last project I shot out at DIA was all on Mavic 3. And I loved it. I've got more and more used to the sticks. It still doesn't fly as good as it could. But the Mavic 2 Pro for the longest time, for 3 years, was my primary drone. I sold all my Phantoms. I sold my Inspire. And that was my primary drone. I've got the Mini 2 for some interior stuff. But yeah, that's about it.
You got a large fleet, as they say.
Ish. It's getting smaller, but that's okay. I think I'm down to, last time I checked, I have 9 registered on the drone zone. So, and a bunch that aren't because they're not registerable. They're my fun drones.
Yeah. So you do fly for fun also.
You do fly for fun. Yeah, that's what.
Not very well. I'll be the first to admit I really like the GPS on my drones. Very, very much. But I'm getting a little more into FPV. I've got a couple of Squirt, a Slam Squirt. I've got some V95s. And I've got a lot of those little Emacs Tiny Hawks. Those are a blast.
I do.
Those are a blast. But I don't fly great. I have fun flying them. Hang out with some people who fly really well. Like here in Denver, we have an organization called Full Send FPV. They do tiny whip races every Sunday and then every Thursday and every once in a while. I think I've been out and hung out with them once. They laughed at me when I flew, but it was a good humor.
Well, that's what it's all about, having fun. Yep. At least for me and Johnny, anyway.
Yeah, it is. And we make, but Vic, getting back to the FAA, when I know, there've been some, I say, people, if they happen to get a letter or a call, I mean, how, there's a lot of new pilots in here. So, is their first thing about, of course, education and not fines. So go over that a little bit. And then I'll ask you another question about FPV.
Okay. Well, when I joined the FAA safety team as a drone pro, well, actually, I was before drone pros. I was one of the drone guys here at Denver. Right. They kind of explained it to me. Yes, the FAA is a safety and education organization. They're not going to fine you. They're not going to, they're not enforce things, at least not at the criminal level.
Right.
So first thing they're going to do is say, let's say I get a call, I get a letter, Mr. Moss.
Right.
This is what you're supposed to be doing. Please do it. Second time might be, Mr. Moss, you're still doing it. Can I talk to you? Third time would probably be, Mr. Moss, you're still doing it. We talked to you. Come on down to FSDO. Let's have a little discussion. Might need to bring a checkbook. But so it's kind of a 3-strike thing. It's nothing official, but they just want people to fly safe and have fun. Right. And so, but they explained to me, it's like, let's say you're driving down the interstate at 80 here in Denver, or not Denver, but on the Eastern Plains, where it's 75, you get pulled over because you have a tail light out. And you say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. You might get a fix a ticket, or it's like, okay, as soon as you
Right.
can get your thing. But if you're like, well, don't you have anything better to do? And blah, 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 blah. You're going to find out not only do you have tail light out, your registration's out of date, your headlights out, you are going 80 in a 75. So they're going to pile on. They just want people to be safe and fly and have fun. So the FAA, I like to say the FAA as a whole, as a government entity, is a pain in the butt. They really are. But the FAA people I deal with, and I dealt with one earlier today on the drive back from the shoot, are great, great, great people. There's not a single FAA person I've dealt with that was a pain in the butt, with the exception of one tower person. And
I got a question now on the screen there, Vic. Bob K, does the FAA get a lot of complaints on drone pilots? Is that they do?
Mm-hmm.
What would be the number one complaint? I mean, is it flying over people or people?
Well, there are a lot of those. Here in Denver, we had the Major League All-Star game
right
a couple months ago, and there were a number of violations about that. So there was that. But the people who call, the general public who call, are usually complaining about a drone flying around them. It's not always the FAA, but sometimes there is. They go directly to the FAA. It's usually the local cops who field the complaints. But yeah, if there are complaints about that, probably the biggest complaint is flying in controlled airspace where you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Because so many people think, and this is one of a few issues I have with the geofence at DJI, is if people rely on that, it's like, oh, it says I can fly. It's like, it's not really how it works.
Nope.
Vic, there's another question. I don't know if you know about that or.
Actually, speaking of Ruprecht, he just put out a FRIA, or not a FRIA, sorry. FAA loves their acronyms. A FOIA. That, gosh, I want to say 60 something recently. It's actually not a bad thing to do. It's you can FOIA that. FAA has its own FOIA. So Freedom of Information.
Yeah.
And you can ask yourself, but I think there were 60 something, not as many as we'd like. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say we really need some of these to really to hurt people. I can think of a couple. A gentleman who lives in Philadelphia, who remain nameless, that the FAA really needs to do something about. And they need to do it publicly. That's one of the issues, is that the FAA may find somebody, but it's not a public issue. It's not publicly done. You have to.
No, it should be highly publicized.
I used to say we need a couple public hangings, but then I got to thinking, that's pretty darn severe. So I would be happy with a couple of public floggings by the FAA of people who deserve it, not just anybody, because we all fly outside regs every once in a while. Johnny asked Vic how he feels. Is that our friend Bruce? Is Bruce here? Oh no, that's not. That's Big Water.
That's okay. Troy. Troy.
Okay, Bruce and I go in and out of this all the time. But that's they need some of that. As for shielded operations, I would like the FAA to come up with it tomorrow. If you're flying under trees, blah blah blah, you need to not worry about it. You don't have to worry about these things. Shielded operations should be shielded operations, and you should be able to fly. I don't want to say with disregard of rules, because that's dumb, but they should be shielded operations to be taken into account, whether it's FPV through the trees, or if I'm flying down 16th Street Mall here in Denver at 200 feet and the buildings are 600, 800, 900. I don't know how tall they are in Denver. I've only lived here 30 years, but shielded operations, are something that the FAA is talking about, but they need to talk about faster. And no, Scott, they don't troll. People have said they do.
They got bigger embedded things to do. Yeah.
They will, and they have to, by law, investigate every complaint.
Right.
If somebody turns somebody in and has a link, then they will investigate it. But they can't then really make an investigation. There's kind of a distinction there a little bit, where they're investigating something if it turns into an investigation based simply on a video.
Vic, do they send will you get a phone call, a knock, or a letter, or you could get all three?
Usually letter first, but a phone call first if they have your information. If the knock is first, it's going to be a really bad day for you. No, they're not going to come knocking on your doors. There was a gentleman, the gentleman who flew the Blue Angels. They definitely went and knocked on his door, along with a few other folks who carry federal IDs, and were unhappy with him as well.
Right. But I mean, like you said, that first line, I mean, if somebody calls, hey, Vic's flying his drone over my house, you may just get a call from the FAA and say, hey,
It may be, probably not. It would definitely be in a situation like that. It would be the local cops.
I got you.
The FAA doesn't get involved in something like that unless it rises to the level of their involvement.
Now, Vic, the local, if you're flying strictly legal, even if it's by your house, so I mean, how do the local police, if every department know that they may? I mean, I don't know if like our police officers here know that little rule, that rule.
No. Let me expand on that a little bit. The cops, all cops everywhere have so much stuff to keep track of.
Absolutely, yeah.
And drones are, the drones are way up here for us, but they're way, way, way down for them, and rightfully so. They have so much on their plate; they don't need to do that. But having said that, there is training involved. We actually did some training here with the local police department called Wheat Ridge. They reached out to me. I worked with my LEAP agent, Mike Bumberger, and we developed some training. It's like, what do you do when you go out on a drone call?
Sure.
And so that helped. And it's most of them don't know really what the rules are. Yep. They just know that, well, there's a drone. Now what do I need to do? So it's hard to really get mad at them for it. Yeah, there's cops with attitudes because it's a position that then has the power that goes with it. Just like there's teachers with attitudes and pastors with attitudes. I mean, it's not the cop, it's not the police, it's the cop that has the attitude. So you run against it, but you run against that in anywhere. So, but did that answer the question? I have a habit of just
no,
that was good. Yeah,
I mean, back. I think I'm like you. If they do get a call, yes, it's just like, I mean, here you can't shoot fireworks in the city. Well, guess what? Everybody in New Year's shoots fireworks, and they may ride by real slow, and they may even get on a horn and say, hey, y'all.
I had heard or read that the FAA is really understaffed. Is that true?
Oh, it's true, and it's true in any government organization.
Right.
But the issue is you have things like 44809 or Part 107, where the Congress says, FAA, do this and do it in 180 days. And oh, by the way, have fun with it. We're not giving you any money to do it. Now, they did get some money with the latest, I think, transportation bill. My brain just left me. So, they do get some money, but the problem is that Congress, being a political organization, politicizes things and makes the FAA's life a little more difficult than it should be. So,
well, I tell you, I don't know about you, but I hate it when I see a pilot flying recklessly.
Oh, it pisses me off. Let's be honest.
Breaking the rules, it just bothers me. I saw that video this past week again where the guy was carrying a kid, taking off with a kid hanging from the bottom.
That wasn't in the U.S., luckily. That was not U.S., luckily.
Yeah.
No, but still.
Mm-hmm.
So Vic, remote ID is coming. It's not going to go away.
It's not going to go away because it is a congressional mandate. Yeah.
And all right, two things. What about, where does the FPV pilots land in that whole remote, ID stuff?
Dave Messina and I have this conversation every once in a while. I meet with Dave about once a week. He's the FPV Freedom Coalition CEO. That's, I think, really where the FAA needs to push the shielded operations. Or possibly if you've got a race, you have one remote ID transmitter for the area. So a FRIA type situation.
That makes sense, yeah.
FAA remote ID identification area. Anyway, too many. Anyway, in a situation like that, it's not fair for every single FPV racer out there who grams matter when you're racing. Half a gram matters when you're racing. So to have to put something like a module on your drone is just totally unfair. And I know the FAA realizes that and they're working on that. It's just I've had FAA people. There's the speed of business, the speed of the government, and the speed of the FAA. And the FAA would like to eventually inspire to become the speed of government. So it is hard. to get things done in the FAA, but they're doing a lot better than they were.
And
but they're
what
so
is that?
safety conscious. I mean,
Right.
if you got to be safe, and so that slows them down a lot.
What is that date we are looking at, Vic? I mean, approximately for remote ID.
For remote ID for compliance is September 16th or 23rd. I get screwed this up. I think it's September 16th, 2023.
Right.
So manufacturers have to have theirs out in September of 2022. So that's 8 months away, 9 months,
right?
Something like that.
So we'll start seeing something pretty. I mean, pretty soon on I guess.
Well, manufacturers are waiting for ASTM to get the standards out, and then for FAA to approve the standards.
There's probably going to be some more changes too, I would think.
I think if there are changes, and this is just Vic thinking out loud. I think it has to get implemented first, and then the changes will happen. Sadly. They may be able to proactively do some things like, hey, you know what? Let's add shielded operations. Let's add the single source remote ID for a race. If they can do that, they may or may not have to do the NPRM process again.
So Vic, even the guys that going back to FPV, and I know because that's a big thing right now. But even the guys that they do a lot of indoor stuff. I mean, would that even come under? No,
FAA doesn't give a rip about indoor stuff.
If you're inside, same way if you're in your house, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Oh, speaking of FPV, I just bought a DJI FPV too, so I've got 2/3 of a battery through that.
That's a cool drone.
I'm gonna get better on that. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And Vic, what do you think? I mean, the trust test, I know it was a simple, but is that a good start toward education?
I love it. I love what they've done with it. I've spoken, I work with fairly closely or with, good friends of the guy who wrote it and, or tried to, part of the team who wrote it. And when they first wrote it, it was like a 2-hour test. And they're like,
really?
No, this isn't going to work. But they didn't write it that way. They just threw all these questions. It's like, hey, this is going to be a 2-hour test, guys. We need to make it free. We need to make it easy. We need to make it entertaining. And I think they did a fabulous job. It's a great place to start. And it can be used if you're out flying recreation. Recreationally.
No, it's a good thing, definitely.
And the cop shows up and you're like, because the cops know about trust, or they will more, hey, can I see your trust certificate? It's like, oh, I don't have one. It's like, okay, here. You need to go get your trust. This is where you do it. And I'm gonna plug Greg. Go to trust.pilotinstitute.com.
Pilotinstitute.com.
I love Greg. Greg's a great guy.
We do too.
You've had him on. I know you've had him on a couple.
Yeah,
times.
we've had.
When you guys invited me, I reached out. I said, "What am I getting myself into?"
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry
but
about
listen, I'm not trying to cut you off or nothing, Vic.
No
We're going to get right back to you. But let me just welcome in a few people in the chat.
Sure.
Hey, Chris Hope, how you doing? And Michael Ray, good to see you. Leonard Oglesby, Lawrence, happy birthday, Lawrence. Uncle Bill, how you doing?
There's comments.
Stevie Bronx, I wore this hat especially for you.
Oh, Stevie's gonna get on you, right? Hey, and Captain, let's pop this first Christmas trivia question up real quick.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
It is not A, B, or C. You have to actually type the answer in the chat. So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty easy.
It's going to make it interesting, that's for sure. Yeah.
I think I know.
So we'll see who goes in the hat for the monthly giveaway.
I think Matt.
Hey, Matt Bagwell. Congratulations. Yep. All right, you got it. Your name goes in the hat for the hat.
Every time I think of eggnog, and this dates me, I grew up here in Colorado, in Summit County, actually. Ski areas, and I worked at Copper Mountain at an Arby's. We had an Arby's at Copper Mountain, and our Arby's had a full service bar. Okay. Which was kind of weird, but we, at Christmas, Arby's has their eggnog shake. So everybody come in after skiing and get an eggnog shake, and then go over to the bar and get a couple shots of rum and have a rum and eggnog shake.
Oh wow! Yeah, I can't do the eggnog. I don't know. Everybody got it right though.
I love eggnog.
Yeah. But anyway, back to you, Vic.
Sorry. Rabbit trails. I love rabbit trails. Sorry.
No. I find you as very interesting, by the way, and it sounds like you got a great group there.
Now Vic, is that, I know people can join that. I know they can make a one-time donation. So how does that work? And I know, and something I didn't realize, it is for service about, you're talking about like real estate agents
No, it's actually for people who have their 107.
Okay.
There's no real hard number about what's small or medium. We kind of throw in the air.
We got a winner for the sticker, Johnny.
Yay.
Michael Fly Zone. How you doing? Congratulations.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 47 was the number.
Holy
Right.
smokes! Look at all those people. It's for the small and medium size. So basically, 10 people in a company or lower. There's I don't know, I can't remember 300 something thousand remote pilots now or whatever it was. And we're guessing again, it's a really hard number to put on there. There's probably 95% of those are single operator, dual operator, maybe 3. So that's kind of what we point towards. And yeah, we have membership. And donations, absolutely. And what we do with the money is we don't get paid. We're not getting paid for anything. We don't take a paycheck. But we do things like Kenji and I are both on the DAC, or I guess it's the AC now. And we'll do things like we went to Commercial UAV Expo to try and talk with sponsors and things like that. And that's what the funds are paid for, because all the other members of the DAC, I just like the word DAC better. It sounds better. Are part of an organization that not only pays them, but pays their way. And, Kenji and Scott and I are small businessmen. And it would be coming right out of our pocket, and we couldn't be as effective doing what we do if we didn't have that money to use to do these travels and things like that. And the website, and we do webinars. We've worked with a couple cities in Ohio to try and work with the pilots locally to get ready to go testify in front of the committee and that kind of fun thing. So that's what we use it for. Yeah,
I got you.
We don't get paid.
Okay.
It'd be nice. We can charge ourselves $100,000 a year as CEOs, but no, we don't do that at all.
Yeah. Well, it's there to help, and people. It's definitely I think people. I think. I don't know. I think so many people are scared of FAA, and I think they shouldn't be.
No, absolutely shouldn't be. They should respect it.
Sure.
Let's go down to the rabbit trail. My mom is not afraid of snakes, but she respects the heck out of them.
Yeah.
And, I think, and that's a good way to do it. The FAA isn't there to hurt anybody. They're not there to shut you down. They're not there to make you go out of business or quit flying your drones. They're there to make sure that we're safe.
You're compliant.
We're flying safe. It's even the compliant part is, they want you to be compliant. Absolutely. 100%. But the compliancy there is for safety. 98% of the time. Sometimes you got to look at it and go, yeah, it's kind of a dumb rule.
Well, it's like, Vic, even the Part 107, I know we talk about it, even with Greg, I tell you, I mean, the test maybe should be a little bit more, into the drone, because they have a lot of, manned aircraft stuff on there, but it is still about education. And I know, even a lot of people in the geofencing, I mean, listen, if it's telling you, I understand that, you could be close to something and maybe the geofence maybe shouldn't be in effect, but it is just a warning. Well, it's a warning for some drones.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all there for, I hate to say it, for the pilot's protection too,
Well, look at this. When people start talking about geofencing, I like it. I just don't like the way it is now. I don't like the fact that we as 107s can't opt out. But we get people in all the forums. You guys have seen it, I'm sure. I can't get my drone to fly. It says I'm not allowed to fly. It's like, well, where are you? Well, my house is 18 feet off the end of the runway. I mean, obviously, a little bit of an exaggeration.
Right.
And those are the people who take the time to go online and complain. How many people don't take the time to go online and complain, and now interpolate that out to how many times that would have been somebody in the air who really should not have been in the air?
Been there. Yeah. And that's what that's the way I feel. I mean, listen, I've never even, I've never seen it pop up on mine as far as, but
pops up all the time.
Yeah, well, yeah, you probably, but yeah, it's better to be safe. And hey guys, just follow rules. Most of the time, if you follow rules, you're not going to ever get a phone call or knock or even see a local policeman. Really.
Yep.
Oh, most of the people that I know that have had interactions with cops, it's like, what is that? Not so much now, but that's cool. What does that do? And if you're done, it's like, here, take the sticks, fly it a little bit. Don't land it, but you can fly it. I do that frequently. It's like, you can fly it, but no, don't land it. But yeah, absolutely.
No, it's good.
Now,
Bob Casey makes a good point about make sure you get Lance approval. Yep. Ooh. Good point, Bob.
Speaking of which, the Lance approval issue is what I just got off the phone with the FAA on the way back from my shoot. The Lance was down yesterday for a while.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
okay.
Well, there you go. Lance was down yesterday for a while, and it was Amazon's fault. I'm sure you might have heard about the Amazon stuff all being down. But and I didn't know this. You can apply for a Lance authorization 90 days in advance using a loft or using AirMap. I don't mind recommending AirMap now that they're not owned by
Yeah, they were
the
bought
people
out.
who used to own them.
Mhm.
And you can apply for 90 days in advance. I didn't know that. And the person I was talking to said, boy, if you don't know that, then we're not getting the message out. So I told her, I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to be on Ken's show tomorrow, like you mentioned. I'll mention it then. It's like, but you know what? I'm going to mention it to you guys too. The FAA is really going to push hard that, you know what? You don't have to wait till that last minute to get your Lance approval. You can apply beforehand. Now, that doesn't mean there are times when, you're going to show up. It's like, you're out flying and the client says, hey, while you're in that neighborhood, would you go over here? Yeah, you need it right then and right there. Then that's a problem.
Vic, one thing I was surprised about Lance. I think okay, for me, and since I'm not the only one. I mean, we got 50 people in here, and like I'm in Class D airspace. I'm about 4.9 miles from the airport. I used to call the tower, and the guys would say, "Hey, you're fine to fly." I mean, we got 200-foot ceiling. I can, I'm fine. But now they don't want you calling the tower anymore, and we do not have Lance. So like, I'm kind of like. And I think it's only 300 something airports in the United States.
Very few that don't have it. But you can go on the drone zone through 44809, so the recreational exemption, and get yourself a wide array authorization. Wait a minute.
Okay, that's good to know.
Authorization. Did I just give bad advice? Wait a minute. You can get it. You can get an airspace authorization as a recreational pilot now via drone zone. So you just go to your 44809, your recreational dashboard, and fill out an authorization. So you can do that right then and there.
Okay.
Yep.
And they've never, I mean, it's so you say very few airports don't have it. I mean,
very few do. All DOD do not. So if you're flying a DOD airspace, you got to have an authorization via the drone zone. There are some shared grids that are issues and some smaller airports that are issues. Some of the private Class Ds are a big issue.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're not. I mean, we're in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and I would think that I would think that we would have it. But I even called out there, and the airport manager, he didn't even know what it was. So I mean, it's probably no chance of getting it.
Well, most airport managers don't because they don't deal with airspace.
Right.
Yeah. But Matt says he has a DOD waiver. Yeah, you do. Actually, you have a DOD authorization, Matt, not a DOD waiver. Just FYI.
Yeah, they
interesting.
Because they do fly some Black Hawks out of here, and you don't. I mean, you don't have to. They coming. I can tell you.
Oh yeah, well that's one of the great things about here in Colorado is we have to use the helicopters here have to use heavy lift rotors, and so you can hear them way before you, and at times you can feel them. So, yeah, definitely.
Yep, that's for sure.
It's just me and you now.
All right.
Well, actually, I've got to go in just a little. Oh, there he is.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, Vic, we appreciate it so much. Sure. I know you and listen, it was a pleasure having you on and
yeah, we learned a lot tonight. Thank you,
so
Vic.
many people learned a lot. And
cool. Well, that's awesome. Well, we're going to be, like you mentioned, I'm going to be Ken Herron's show tomorrow night, Thursday Night Live, and we're going to talk about the rules for hobby and stuff like that and safety issues.
Cool.
Because people are going to get and give drones for Christmas.
Sure.
And so we want everybody to fly safe and have fun, and that's the important part, right?
Exactly.
Have fun and fly safe. Let's put it that way, because fun is fun.
Yeah.
Hey, what stickers you giving away?
Yeah. Oh, we give some Fly for Fun stickers. We give some.
I'm gonna have to hit you guys up for some of those ones.
I got
three new drone cases. I got 3 new GPC drone cases.
Text me, email, and I'll get you some out.
You guys are rock stars.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate what you guys do. And one of the things we do, one of the things I do with the FAA is on a education roundtable, and we as in considering myself FAA at this point, really rely on folks like you guys to get the word out that you need to be safe, you need to follow the rules, and what to do when there is an issue, who to reach out to, and people want to help. We want to.
That's a good point. Good
FAA
point.
wants to help do things. Perfect example. There was a kid flew in the Major League Baseball TFR. Here in Denver, and he didn't know.
That's crazy.
And he wasn't even flying there. Well, he was flying within the TFR, but we have these railroad tracks and then downtown, or not downtown, but then it's called high-low, and then the mountains in the background. And he wanted to go get a beautiful sunset. Ball game's going on behind him. He couldn't give a rip about the ball game. Well,
no.
You've got aeroscope up, so he got popped. Lead agent reached out to me and said, "Hey, he just wants to be learn. He wants to learn. He goes, he wants to fly straight. So I gave him a call and talked to him, and good kid. He goes, oh yeah, I appreciate it. And that's all they want. They just want people to learn and be safe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Well, we
That's how it works,
appreciate you. We appreciate you so much.
You're a great guest.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thanks for doing that, and thanks for inviting. And
Great
thanks
guest,
for
Vic.
And
we
thank
good,
you.
good
special
comments,
guest
everybody.
coming on. We got a very special guest coming on.
All right, thank you, Vic.
Shortly.
All right, take it easy.
All right. Hey, great guy. Hey, yeah, Ray.
You see who's in the back room, Johnny?
I meant to tell you, but he was on a plane for about like 30 hours or something. So let's welcome Robbie in. Hey, Robbie.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey guys,
welcome.
how you doing?
Welcome. You made it. You made it to Thailand.
Man, I jumped through more hoops than a little poodle trying to get trained. I've never had to go through what I did to get here, but I'm here finally.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Good.
My luggage
we're happy
is in
for you.
Chicago.
Yep.
We glad
So
we glad you're there. And I know you was you was here a long time, but that's okay.
Yeah, I was.
But
I
I
was
know there's
expecting
one person that's even more glad to see you in Thailand, and that's your girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's gonna pick me up at 11. It's let's see what time it is here. It's 7:47 in the morning now, which is great for me because all of y'all shows is in my morning when I'm having my coffee. So it's gonna be really easy to do that. And then in my day, while you guys are sleeping, I've got a meeting today with DJI here in Bangkok.
Oh, good.
And we're going to be talking about they have some assembly companies actually here in Thailand that assemble some of the stuff. So we're going to try to set up some stuff where we can actually go out and do a live stream and show you guys how some of this stuff is assembled from DJI, and also some of the FPV makers that make the motors are here. So we're trying to get into some meetings with them. So he's going to do some introductions with me today to do that. And another big thing is in the US, we have to have our 107, or we need our 107 in certain circumstances. Here,
Right.
you know, in US, you have to at least have to pass the trust test to fly. Here, you have to have a license and you have to pay for insurance. You can't, no excuses. It's straight. So all my paperwork is filled out, and hopefully in 7 days, they'll give me my approval, and then I'll be free to fly pretty much wherever I want to fly in the country.
Cool.
So I want to go around a lot of the different stuff and show y'all some of the different animals. Like I'll be able to fly over where the elephant villages are, let you see the elephants. And then along with that, we'll be able to bring you into to some of the plants that are making stuff. I know they're not going to let us see everything, but the good thing is for now on, instead of having to wait weeks to see the new drones coming out, I can just drive up here to the place because they get them 3 weeks early and pull it off the shelf and actually show you. So I'm really excited about being able to do that.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And speaking of somebody getting a new drone, let me just share this little video right here for a few seconds.
On this adventure, we head to North Palm Beach, Florida.
I'm still in shock over there.
Look, there he's.
Man, you know what that is? No idea. It's no, it's my Mavic 3 drone. Really?
That guy looked really excited.
Wait. Yeah.
He thought it was liquor.
Like, what the hell's a Mavic 3 drone?
Take a look, folks. Let's take a look. Oh, man. Look at this. Oh, look at it. Oh, I love it.
Ray, they got the address wrong. I think it was supposed to come to me.
Yeah, I tell you, that was so exciting. It really was.
Steven, I'll just show you when I take it out.
There it is.
Let's see. And it just slides off, I guess. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, look at that. Oh yeah. Man, look at that. And look at the camera. Look at that camera. Really, really nice. Oh.
I'm gonna bump it up to where you actually flew it, I believe.
I took it down to the Lakeside Park right there on the Intercoastal.
Flyer gave it to me. And I have it right here.
Oh, he's got it over water that day.
No.
Let's see if it says. So we're gonna give it a shot.
There it goes. That's the first flight.
Maiden flight.
Yeah, I tell you, it was a fun day. It was.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful.
One of the happiest days of my life.
That's pretty cool. Ray. I'm glad
that, I mean, that was something good to win.
Well, yeah, it really was. I'll tell you what, it's good you can share it with YouTube. It's so great to share all that.
When you won that, QC guy called me and he goes, "Guess who won the Mavic 3?" And my first, he goes, "Al Duran." I was like, "What?" And he said, "Who you think it is?" I said, "Hell, it's got to be Matty. He wins everything." He goes, "No, it was Ray." I was like, "Really?" So I was excited. I think Matty could probably build a couple drones with all the stuff that he's won.
Yeah, and I got while y'all talking, I'm gonna show a little Patrick Sutton sent a video here. I'm gonna share it.
And we appreciate everybody sending in videos.
This is Patrick Sutton.
Oh yeah, Patrick can fly. Look at this, nice.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Robbie, you're gonna be getting us some videos pretty soon too.
Oh yeah.
Now, where is that, Johnny? Do you know where it is?
It's in Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah, right beautiful. There. So it's Colorado and New Mexico, actually. And I think this is the Air 2S and a Mini 2. It's both drones kind of combined together. That is some pretty stuff right there.
Very nice, Patrick.
Wow.
Pretty country.
It's not Louisiana, that's for sure. Very pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's a totally different area than where I fly.
You need to bring the Mavic 3 up there, Ray.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Very nice, Patrick.
I know, Robbie, you're gonna have fun flying your Mavic 3. That's for sure.
Yeah, when I came to the hotel, when I came through that, they had to take me through a drive-through at the hospital first and do a COVID test, and then they dropped me off here for a day at the hotel. And when the little guy was picking up my bag, I bought that new Peter McKinnon bag, and I'll say this: it has the strongest straps. You could never get in your backpack what I carried overseas here without ripping the backpack arms off. And he picked it up and put it on his back. We weighed it. It was 58 pounds in the backpack. And he told me, he said, "What do you got in here?" And I said, "Drones." And he goes, "We can take you to the top if you want to take a video from the top." And my girlfriend was like, "Don't do it. Now get the license first."
This is Joe Blaylock with the Autel Evo 2. Oh, the Autel Evo, I'm sorry.
Hey, Joe. Yeah. Autel Evo, okay. That's a serious drone, that Autel Evo. It is.
Wow, yeah, it's very, because I know the weight of that thing is, man, it's pretty massive.
Well, I'll say that Mark Fisher will be enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a heavy drone.
If y'all saw Mark's last live, today he mailed off his Mavic 3 to go home.
He did.
Because he was having so many issues, and then he said he was going to sell his controller. Now, Ray, I don't know about you. I've not had any issues with mine at all. Not one. I just don't understand it.
No, I don't think Ray, you haven't had any problems.
I just told Mark, I said, he spent the money to get that smart controller.
It delayed on getting satellites one time, but
yeah. Yeah, it takes a minute to get the satellites, but I don't mind because I need those satellites to bring it home if there's an issue.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
So I told him, I said, if you send it back, I would do a swap and give it another try, because he made the comment that he just loved the camera. He said it was an amazing camera. He said, but I just don't want to take a chance. I would be willing to risk it once. He already bought the smart controller. That's $1,200. So just swap it and get another one.
Yeah, but I think personally he had something with it. I think it's a GPS unit module or something in there for what it's doing. I mean, but who knows? They'll get it correct.
I predict Mark will get a new one. He'll love it. He'll end up loving that drone.
I hope so.
No doubt in my mind.
But it scared me when people started saying all these problems. I'm like, well, I've not had any, so when is it going to hit mine? But no issue yet.
This is Mendez, Jose.
And in the video. And this is in Jersey, I guess, right?
Very pretty. Wow. There you go, Ray.
Yeah.
Looks like a fishing spot to me.
Yeah, that's a secret.
Yeah,
that's a
there's no
secret
doubt.
spot. That's Jose's secret spot.
Yeah. When you see ducks, you know there's fish.
Yeah, this is New Jersey,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Very pretty.
Very nice, Jose. Great spot to fly right there.
Brad Austin, welcome
That's
in.
It's a lot of ducks. Hey, Brad, how you doing? Very nice, Jose. Hey, Ron Lockwood, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Pretty nice right there. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's a good place to fly from.
Ray, well, that's right. You're in New York, New Jersey. You're pretty good ways from there.
I'm out on the eastern Long Island.
Right. Gotcha.
Nice video. Very nice video, Jose. I really am looking forward to your videos, Robbie, from Thailand.
Yeah, I'm actually in Bangkok now, so I'm about 45 minutes away from my home, and I'm looking out the window at the actual city. And y'all have been to New York City and see the banners, how they pop up and show things.
Yeah.
They actually do the whole building in a 360 wrap. So the whole building is the actual image or video or whatever their message is. And it's really bright outside right now because it's early in the morning. But when you get through with your video, I can kind of give y'all a view. I don't know if y'all can see this.
Yeah, let's see it.
Bright,
let's see it. Oh, wow.
but you can actually
yeah.
see what the city looks like.
What's
Now,
the
there's a building
population?
over here. I don't really know.
Probably a lot of
building
people
over here. Yeah, lots of birds here, and I hear some of them can be aggressive. But this is the city, so I don't live here. I live in more of a suburb type area. But the little manager guy that brought my bag up, he said, "Hey, if you want to take a flight off the top floor, we'll let you do it. But I just can't take a chance without having. I need all the proper paperwork." And
Yeah,
I did bring my.
We don't want to.
way.
We
My
don't want to
Air
get you
2S.
kicked. We don't want to get you kicked out the first day.
Nah, we're not going to do that. I only got a couple hours. I've already hit the buffet for breakfast and eaten. And it's pretty amazing the way that the Hilton is down here, because it's like, I've stayed at different Hiltons in different countries, but here they have so many visitors from Germany or Spain or Mexico or America or Canada. So they have the food for every country here. So if you want to eat something from Peru, it's down there. If you want something from Germany, it's there. So I loaded up a little bit this morning, and then since they've got my luggage and I've got a white shirt and a pair of sweatpants, I'm going shopping for clothes this morning and then go by the DJI store.
There you go.
So that's my plan.
Oh,
Guys,
nice.
I want to say something, Robin, not to stop you, but guys, we all know Roger from the Canadian Drone Hub. If you get a second, Roger put up a video yesterday, and he's going to kind of take a break from YouTube for some, I say different reasons, but hey, go over there and watch the video he put up, and hey, give your support to Roger. And look, we want to see him back on. I don't think he's not going to be on forever, but I think it just had a few things happen on his channel, and he's very he always tells you there's no politics, no cursing. He's got some rules, and hey, what I want to say is, when you come on somebody's show, even as a in a chat, watch what you write. Don't say anything. If you don't like somebody, just don't comment, is all I could say.
Right.
We all, it's a great community, and I think we say it, and CaptainRay, I know you'll agree with me, and you did a little simple meetup and turned into something.
Bite your tongue.
So big. Just bite your tongue. Yeah, absolutely. If you don't like somebody, but we want to get Roger back on air, guys. And Roger is a great guy, and he's one of the first guys I came across when I kind of stumbled into drones. So, hey, get out there and support everybody, and, check your subs. I mean, YouTube's, for instance, Patrick, I wasn't subbed to Patrick today, and I was, but somehow I was unsubbed. So check your subs, and, those things happen, and it's not, so yeah, we just want to support. It's the holidays. We want everybody to get along, and I mean, it is a great community. I mean, listen,
I got to say this also, Robbie. I'm so glad that you came on the show tonight, because I figured for sure when you went back to Thailand,
yeah,
you might slow down a little bit. You might not be as involved with drones. I'm so glad you're on tonight.
Now we'll be more. I'll be a lot more. The last couple of weeks has just been really bad because I had a real bad cold. I was sick, and then I had to try to prepare all the travel arrangements and everything. So I've just been really busy trying to get that done. But now I'm here. It's going to enable me to be more involved. Now, we still have everything set up for World Drone Community in USA for people that need shirts, hats, different stuff. And then this month, we'll actually completely finish launching the World Drone Community website. And then I've got my Travel Tech 360 channel, which I'm going to put a lot of different stuff in, because DJI was trying to explain to me that they have partner programs in Asia. And the partner programs are where you can go and you can sign up for classes to use thermal cameras to learn how to do the imagery. They provide all the equipment. You just show up and they teach you the course, and then they give you a certificate. So over here, if you wanted to get a job or do something, you actually have a certificate, not just a 107, but it's in the specialty. And they got search and rescue too, Ray. They got one for search and rescue.
Sign me up.
They got
Sign me up, Robbie.
Thermal in. So I want to be able to try to record some of that and let you guys kind of see, but I'm really excited about being able to go into these manufacturers and see the stuff so we can stop guessing.
Well, yeah, Robbie, I was going to tell you, I brought you in as a surprise guest, but I forgot Ray can see you in the back room, so he saw you. No, I didn't.
It's okay. I appreciate all the support. Y'all really give me support.
I'm just glad you made it safe. I had a few people and on YouTube people, but hey, get out there and look, guys. I just want to say thank you again. We had an incredible show. Vic, I knew he would be we learned a lot tonight. And Ray, next week we have, who do we have? We got Deneen Pagan and Brad Alston.
Pagan. She is a phenomenal photographer.
Photographer.
She flies her drone, man, and the photos she takes blow you out of the water.
Right. So we'll get with her, and we'll have her and Brad will give us a little update what he's doing. The South Florida Drone Meetup sounds like it's a long way off, but it's really not.
We're up to 57 people that say they're coming.
Yeah. So get out there and plan to attend. I got at the bottom there, and I
got to say thank you again to Robbie on that, because he's sponsoring it. He's going to donate a Mini 2 and GoPros and action cams. And that means so much, Robbie. It really does. Thank you.
I know it does. And it'll be there. And my travel, as long as this new COVID from Africa that came out, as long as it doesn't block my travels, I have plans to fly in to be at that event. But if not, I've made pre-arrangements to have everything delivered to you, Ray. That way, at least you'll have the products for the event.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't deliver it to my house, because I might not bring it.
Yeah, he'll say, I didn't see it. The next day, he'll be flying it.
Yeah, I'll be testing it out. But guys, hey, we've been a little bit over an hour, and we do try to keep it. Bill Thomas will be coming on next with drone therapy, and check the guide tonight. Ken will be on, and of course tomorrow night you got Ken Herron, and so check everybody. Look, support everybody. It's the holidays, and listen. Don't be alone. It's holiday season. Hey, reach out. You can FaceTime. You can YouTube. Right. I mean, just
a lot of people get depressed this time of the year. So Absolutely. reach out, say hello. Yeah, and most importantly, get out there, fly your drones.
CaptainRay's
fly your drones. Yeah. Call us anytime.
Absolutely.
But get out there, fly your drones, fly for fun, fly safe. And thank you again for popping in tonight. We really appreciate the support. Robbie, good to see you. And
thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.